Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I want to talk about a story that broke over the weekend, and this here is something else. I'm gonna tell you, when opportunity strikes, people will take advantage of you, no matter how old you are, for their own sick, twisted benefit. See this woman up here? God bless her. This woman right here is from Chesterfield, Virginia. Shout out. Her name is Ursula David. She's 87 years old and suffers from dementia. Ladies and gentlemen, as of yesterday, this woman was reported missing after she wandered away from her Chesterfield, Virginia house where she lived with relatives, or so they thought. Now, this guy right here is a family relative. His name is Elvin Marino, and he has a very suspect past. This guy's 36 years old. This woman was missing from Virginia and found in Brooklyn, New York, with this supposed family member. But when you hear about who he is, this is just more. This case right here is more than just a family outing. Take a look.
According to Chesterfield police, Ursula David's family last saw the 87-year-old Sunday morning just before 4 a.m. on a home camera on the 6700 block of Gillsgate Drive in Chesterfield. She was reported missing several hours later, just after 11:30 a.m. In a press release sent out by Virginia State Police shortly after, police quickly identified this man, family relative Elvin Marino, a registered sex offender with an outstanding warrant on file as a suspect in David's disappearance. Police believe Marino and David were picked up from the Gillsgate Drive home in an unknown vehicle, possibly headed to Brooklyn, New York. Police adding that the disappearance posed a credible threat to David's health and safety. By Sunday afternoon, Chesterfield police told me that they upgraded the missing person investigation to an abduction case, naming Marino as the top suspect, and that they believe Marino and Ursula were no longer in Virginia, believing them to have been spotted in New York. Fortunately, around 3:30 p.m., Chesterfield police confirmed that Marino was arrested in New York and in custody, awaiting extradition. Police also say David's family was notified that the 87-year-old was found safe and sound, and that the family was on their way to New York to bring David home. Reporting in Chesterfield, AJ Nwoko, CBS 6 News.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the world we live in. Right here, Exhibit A. 36-year-old guy, known sex offender. Said he was a family relative. Why the hell is he even around your grandma? Around a woman, or around any woman for that matter, or around family, period. He'd be ostracized if it was up to me. Probably was. He probably knew they wasn't over there and snuck over there for opportunity. That's the thing. These predators that are out here with their sick, demented ways, always looking for the opportunity to take advantage of somebody. And this woman right here, like they said, is 87 years old, has dementia. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just speaking free. Nothing is sexually attractive about that woman, but people don't care about that. When they had these urges, they do what they got to do to get what they want to get. He stole this woman from a house. We get alerts all the time on our cell phones, sometimes on television back in the day, about an older person or a senior citizen that done wandered off and their family's worried about them because they can't care for themselves, because they either have some type of dementia or something else wrong with them. This guy knew this woman was in the state she was in and took her all the way from her home. Didn't tell nobody he had her, knowing people cared about her. Didn't say nothing about that. What did he do? Took her with him, heading to Brooklyn, New York. And I'm telling you, sound crazy for somebody to steal another human being, because they said, remember, first it was a missing persons, then it was switched up to an abduction because people spotted him and her in New York. He was going to go somewhere, figure out where he could use this woman, and then discard her after he got his thrills. That's just the way I see it. Because I don't see no reason going to Brooklyn, New York with an 87-year-old woman that needs constant care, and you know what I'm saying, her mental faculties are not what they used to be, and you're walking around with her. That seemed like more trouble than it's worth. Would you agree or disagree? This guy right here had ulterior motive with this, and it was, in my opinion, sick. Sick. You should have left her where she was at, where she was safe, with family. Another thing is this. How did she get out the house? Because I looked at the article sometimes will match verbatim the news article. And in this case, who else was in the house? You left this 87-year-old woman by herself where she was unprotected? I don't understand this. I don't know. But what I do know is this guy right here committed a willful error in hopes of something else, still not known. But what is known is there's no excuse. There's nothing you could say to explain taking a woman, a mother, and possibly a grandmother from her house where people were caring from her without their permission all the way up to another state, and you already got a pass of being a sex offender. Can't make it right. Don't want to hear nothing. Ain't nothing you can say. Because you knew what you was doing because you didn't tell nobody. And that's the part that's hurtful about this stuff. He's a relative. That's your family. And you do it like that? You do it like that. But you're going to come back and say, my bad? Sorry? There's some stuff sorry don't fix, ladies and gentlemen. Motherfuckers like this need to be shown the flowers. Oh, we know what you was going to do. Well, let me explain. You don't have to explain nothing because you could explain before you took her out that house. Put his head on that tree stump. Take it right off. For real. This guy, that woman was found safe. I guarantee you the justice system will say, oh, well, that's the big thing. He'll be punished, but he'll get just enough time where he can come back out and don't learn shit and think in his head and do it again. I told you before, these sexual predators and all this type of stuff, need to wipe them out because jail don't fix horny. It don't fix perverse. And it don't fix trifling. If it's in you, it's in you. It's up to you to get that shit out. And this guy right here, 36 motherfucking years old, he is who he is. And for that reason, there's no excuse. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. I'm glad she's safe. Yeah, and one more thing too. Why Brooklyn, New York? Is that where he's from? I'm curious because why would you take her there? Another thing is this. I wonder if the family knew he was in the area or he was even in the house or that he was entrusted with watching her. Because it's just strange how they didn't, a lot is missing from the story. If she was by herself, if he was hanging around somebody and then he swung back around there because he knew she was gone, they was gone, who drove them? Was it an Uber? I don't know. I don't know how far these places are from each other, but she was missing for 4 hours before they turned this from a missing person to an abduction. Either way, man, he got to go. If it was up to me, he'd be gone already like Faith Evans. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.